of holistic healthcare, pathways of healing and holistic healthcare gems of holistic healthcare. When I trained as a medical doctor years ago, I was taught about 4 broad types of condition. Treatable conditions were the ones we really trained for. We learned to diagnose and then to treat, particularly through drugs and surgery. However, treatment didn't always help. So the next category was the untreatable conditions, where we might diagnose, but medicine had little more to offer. Then there were preventable conditions. We were often told prevention is better than cure, but we didn't give a lot of time to that. It wasn't centre stage. The 4th category was self-limiting conditions, where it seemed we didn't need to do much apart from reassure people that it will get better by itself. But that term self-limiting is deeply misleading. It sounds as though nothing much is happening, as if a condition simply has a time limit and all we need do is be patient and wait to get well. In reality, something remarkable is happening. We have an inner superpower at work called self-healing. The condition isn't limiting itself, it's being healed by yourself. If you're in any doubt about this, just pause for a moment and think back to times where you've been unwell but got better without medical intervention. A cold or flu that passed, a cut or bruise that looked messy at first but then healed, a broken bone that when held in the right position repaired itself, or perhaps an emotional crisis, a low point or dip that you eventually found your way through. Every one of those recoveries is evidence of this real-life superpower we all possess, our self-healing. Recovery happens because somewhere in our mind-body-spirit system, self-healing is at work. A central feature of holistic healthcare is recognising and supporting the many ways we can help this self-healing process happen more. This isn't just relevant to so-called self-limiting conditions. Self-healing plays a role in helping treatments work better, improving quality of life when cure isn't possible, reducing future risk, as well as supporting recovery from conditions we can manage by ourselves. Whatever the type of condition, self-healing matters. And there's a really helpful image here that maps out 3 areas of focus at the heart of the holistic healthcare approach. We can focus on the illness or injury, yet whatever the diagnosis, whatever the type of condition, is only one slice of a larger picture. And if that's all we focus on, we miss out big parts of the story of healing. When we focus on the person as a whole, whether ourselves or other people, building well-being here strengthens our or their ability to regenerate, to recharge and recover. And that has an impact on the sick or injured part. A third relevant focus is the context of the whole person, as conditions here in our relationships, communities and environment have an important impact on our ability to get well. I want to give an example from my own clinical practice. When I worked in mental health and prescribed medication for depression, I would ask people, would you be interested in ways to help your medication become more effective? Everyone said yes. Then I'd say, the key here is not to let the medication do all the work. If you can support what I sometimes call the natural antidepressant, your body, mind, spirit's own healing response, you improve your chances of recovery. And for people with mild to moderate depression, that can sometimes make such a difference that medication might not even be needed. There's a partnership here that is central to holistic healthcare. Diagnosis and treatment from health professionals can play a vital, sometimes life-saving role. Alongside that, each of us can play a part in supporting our own self-healing and in strengthening contexts that nourish health. Simply recognising that we have this self-healing capacity is itself a powerful first step. Because once we know it's there, we can become curious. What strengthens it? What gets in its way? How can we become better allies to it? in my clinical work, particularly in mental health, I saw again and again that things like improving sleep, cutting out harmful substances, physical activity and supportive relationships acted together to help healing happen. What's striking is that these factors don't only support recovery from depression, they also support wound healing, recovery from infection, and our well-being more generally. What I'm also struck by is that healing doesn't just happen in individual people. It also happens in families, groups, communities, and the environments we live in. Holistic healthcare takes all of these levels seriously and invites us to notice where we can make a difference. One of my important teachers in this field is David Riley, a Scottish doctor who developed a pioneering approach to helping people who've been told they had untreatable conditions. Instead of asking, "What treatment can I offer?" he asked, "How do we strengthen the self-healing response?" In the next video, I'll explore his work more fully, including the triangle model he developed, placing self-healing alongside treatment and prevention as essential elements of holistic healthcare. In this channel, Gems of Holistic Healthcare, we're on a journey exploring what helps healing happen, how we can be allies to it in ourselves, in each other, and in the world we share. Gems of Holistic Healthcare, pathways of healing and holistic healthcare. Gems of Holistic Healthcare.